Welcome in, everyone, to another episode of The Second Chances. If you want to catch us live, you can do so every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time over at twitch.tv/Robbie_Landis, as well as over at Escalia's channel, ESKALIA. And before we get started, I want to put a few thank yous out there. The first is to Critical Role, who have created a vast, fantastic world of Exandria for us to play in. We are using the Explorer's Guide to Wildemount, as well as to Reliquary Records, who all the music that you hear tonight is from them. And tonight I'd also like to give a thank you to Spicy Encounters. Whoop, that's not the right one. Ah, crap. Spicy Encounters, I was going to put it in the Twitch chat. They'll have to go find it elsewhere. But Spicy Encounters is the one who supplied the battle you're going to be seeing tonight against the Sanguine Toads. They do all sorts of great D&D and tabletop RPG stuff over there, so make sure you look them up on Twitter. So, without further ado, last time with the Second Chances, Rosalind had secured a spot in a Myriad card game for herself, but decided since she can't really play cards, this is a perfect time for Kieran to flex her skills, as Rosalind had also finally got him to admit that they were a changeling. So, with Kieran disguised as Rosalind with a little spider leaf on their head, they went to this Myriad card game and tried to get some information out of them about the disappearances that were happening out of Odessalo. During this time, the actual Rosalind, along with, I believe it was Roy and Maeve, went to the docks to see what they could find and stumbled upon a Myriad weapons and drug shipment, and ended up scaring them off and getting the authorities involved in that. As the festivities for the night ended up wrapping up with Kieran being caught cheating, it seems like perhaps Rosalind may be on the Myriad's radar for two separate incidences. As the morning came back around, they decided to go and scour the shores of the Erdelach for any other signs or perhaps monsters, which is one of the prevailing theories of what may have been causing the disappearances. And during their scouring, they did indeed come across massive, gigantic, blood-red toads. And that is where we are going to jump into tonight's session at. So, everyone, if you could, let's go ahead and roll for initiative.
Oh boy.
First roll of the night.
Oh boy.
First roll, don't screw it up.
Holy shit, the 1st good roll in initiative I've ever had.
I messed it up.
I'm going to use an inspiration for this.
Yeah, go for it.
Is that in...
What's your dex, Raz?
Only one for me.
Okay, so I go before you.
Yep.
Yeah. Noise.
That was weird.
Well, I don't like the sanguine toes. Good to go first.
Go. All right, let's see. Maven Leaf rolled. Hermia, what did you get? A 12. That's so Hermia. Roy, what did you get? A 10. Ooh, buddy.
I'm not meant to go first.
Leaf and
I meant to close.
Maeve are down there. Rosalind, ooh,
20.
with a 20. Who are you, and what have you done with Callie?
It's the only good roll of the night. Don't worry about it.
I mean,
Kieran with
that'd be about right.
16. Leo, did I get you on there yet? No, you got a
23.
Okay.
I jab it because I care, okay? You know that for a fact.
Leo, what is your dexterity?
5, but I rolled an 18, so 23.
Because you matched somebody.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
It's a +5.
Yep. All right.
Or-
So you get to go. You get to go before the toad does.
My dex is higher than Roz's.
That's maybe it's technically ahead of me.
All right, there you go. All right. So,
Thank you.
Rosalind
as you all,
Chancellorist, your name is too long and it's breaking the turn order.
My apologies.
as these
Long as you
toads
apologize.
come into your view now, You are face to face with them. They are standing about 20 feet high, well crouched down. They have what looks like tough, amphibious blood red scales, and on their back, Leo, well, actually, most of you are pretty close to be able to see them. You see these giant, bulging, pulsing pustules.
Oh.
So, Leo, there is one right on top of you and Hermia. What would you like to do?
I would like to use my bonus action to disengage and fuck off over here.
You got it. You run away.
Can I still see it?
What a hero.
Yeah. You can still see both. This is just a giant tree. It's not like bushes or anything like that.
Then I pull out my short bow and I will take a short bow thing at it.
Oh, please do.
Short bow thing.
A short bow thing.
Wait, are we gonna wait? Are arrows? It's not get affected by arrows, so that's the case. It's gonna be a really hard battle.
That is a 16 plus 8.
That
hit.
will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Arrow immunity. Makes sense. You guys are
not
keeping
piercing
track of your-
immunity, just arrows.
So,
You guys are keeping track of your arrow count, right?
yeah, I am.
What
Every
was your
time I go to
damage,
town, I
Leo?
respond.
So, 7 for the damage, and do I get sneak attack?
You do, because Hermia is right next to it.
Four and 5,
Are we level 6 yet?
6. So 15 sneak attack damage.
15 sneak attack damage. Nice. So as Leo bolts off in the opposite direction, leaving Hermia next to this thing by herself, he turns around once he's a safe distance away, knocks an arrow and fires in an arc up over top of it, and it stabs right down into the back, and you hear, Hermia, a sound with a little bit of a slushy
What
sort of
sound?
a slushy sort of pop sound.
Oh.
And from somewhere on its back, you see this tadpole flies up and over and towards you.
Oh boy.
Does
Oh,
a
Great,
16
thanks, Leo.
hit your AC?
You're welcome.
No, it
It
doesn't.
Okay, well, it hits on the ground, flopping next to you, as you see these little arms and legs begin to push out of it, and it gets up on all fours and looks hungry. Is that the end of your turn, Leo?
Gross.
I just want to point out that Rosalind
Yes.
called it. They carry their young on their back like frogs do.
All right,
Well, they're
it's
frogs,
now
what's
the toad's turn. Okay, let's see.
I hope they eat us.
Why?
Why?
Oh shit, was that out loud? Whoops.
Don't worry about it.
Apparently
All
that's a thing.
Rosalind.
Yeah.
Obviously, the big one near you is going to try and attack you. So,
Yeah, makes
looking
sense.
back and hearing Hermia shouting you, you turn your attention towards the one near you still in the water, and yeah, that's a... Actually, do I have any inspiration? I might use an inspo on that. That was a 2. Yeah, I'm using an inspo. I got 5 of those.
I have to call it before.
Oh, does a 16 hit?
No, it doesn't.
All right, so this thing lashes out at you with its tongue, which you're able to deflect easy enough with your shield. And as you bring the shield back down, you see it bounding up towards you. The tongue isn't going to work. It's just going to bite you.
No, don't bite me.
Ain't gonna bite.
And as it comes down with its massive maw, you're able to put your shield up, and it just kind of munches against it. And you watch as some of its slobber and drool just starts to roll down the back of your shield and onto your arm. But
No, gross.
you do keep it at bay.
Rosalind's like, why is this the plane of gross things?
You also see, moving up out of the water, several tadpoles.
Oh boy.
Do they move on the same turn as the toad?
No.
No.
Okay, just checking.
I was gonna say.
That would be too
Spoiler
easy
alert.
for me. Hermia,
He is?
this toad's gonna try and bite you as well.
No, I don't think it will. I think it'll attack Leo.
That is going to be a
Wait, the reach.
17 plus 6.
God
Cool.
damn it. What the fuck?
All right,
I'm a
so this
thief,
thing
I'm not a
brings
tank.
its giant mouth down on top of you, closing around you,
Guys, I'm gonna get
dealing 14 piercing damage. And you are now also grappled as it closes its mouth around you.
Oh, I saw Konosuba. I know what this looks like.
Ew!
Oh, I can't swallow you till his next turn. Okay, but he can do this.
Luster,
he's going
do something.
to leap away.
Oh, shit.
Wait, where are we going?
Up, apparently.
How far down is this like area right here?
It's right next to the water.
Okay.
All right. With that, Maeve, it is your turn.
Well, guess my plan's changing. Hold on. Just wanna make sure of something. Okay. So is Hermia like inside his mouth, basically?
She is currently inside of his mouth. You see her back legs just kicking out behind her.
Oh, it is like
Ranger
Konosuba.
style?
I'm sorry?
Sorry.
Shit.
Power Ranger style.
Okay. If I try to shoot an arrow, will I get disadvantage?
No, it's far enough away. You're fine.
Okay.
If you roll a natural 1, I might make you roll to confirm the friendly fire, but otherwise you're fine.
Okay. Shit. Okay. Oh god. All right. I don't really know what else to do, so I'm gonna try to hit I'm gonna stay here and hit the toad from here where
Got
Hermia is and see if I can get its attention. Okay. What am I doing again? Oh, right. Sorry, I don't remember anything. Okay, so I'm gonna use my longbow. Does 15 hit?
A 15 does hit.
That's good to know. I will also use my feature, Favored Foe, to add 1d4 to damage. I will do that now. Let's do 1d8 plus, where are you, feature? 1d4 equals, that's not a lot, but that's okay, 8 damage total.
All right.
Yeah, 8 damage total to that. But my turn's not done yet.
All right, continue to go as you let one arrow fly, and it sinks down into the back of one of these things, missing the blood pustules and not spawning another tadpole.
Okay, I guess that's good. I'm gonna order Luster to... Luster? Oh, I'm done. Luster to go forward and attack this tadpole.
Luster, eat the tadpole.
Yep. Go
Luster,
ahead.
eat the tadpole!
Roll to hit.
Yep.
I like to think even Luster's like, I don't know.
Natural
Yeah.
20.
He
So-
critted on the tadpole.
Yeah, so Luster opens his maw and chomps down on this thing, and like a blood bubble itself, it just sort of pops in his mouth, and he gives you this look like, that did not taste very good.
Good job, buddy. I'm so sorry.
Same.
Anything else, Maeve?
That's all I can do.
All right,
Luster
Roslyn.
just like, ugh. Rosalind is, yeah. Rosalind is just gonna call back. Same strategy as Bisay Tile. Y'all knock that one down. I'll keep this one busy. And she notices that it's like running away with Hermia. And don't let it drown Hermia.
I'm trying. What do you think I'm doing?
And she's gonna stab the one in front of her.
All right, go to hit.
Going for the stab.
I'm use my green dice because they're frogs, even though they're not green frogs.
Did Hermia take any damage?
Yeah.
A
Yes.
19 to hit.
I did a
19
D20
hits.
or rolled or D&D Beyond.
Oh, okay.
I'll
If you can do it on us so we can see it for healing purposes.
I will
Wait.
spend a.
Or I'll just assume that you're at full HP the whole time.
Exactly.
Eh.
So that's 6 damage. Plus, I'm going to do a second level Divine Smite.
Smite it.
We will smite.
Wait, when is there a tadpole? When is there not a tadpole? I'm so
I mean,
confused.
I assume after I deal the damage, we'll find out if I get a tap one out.
But there's
You can expend one special. Yeah, so deal 3d8 because of the second level.
Yep.
Three.
So as your divine retribution materializes out of the air above it and strikes down into its back, you do hear several pops and a toad flops, or a tadpole flops down on the ground next to you and turns its tiny razor-like gaping maw towards you.
Yeah. All right, so it's 18 radiant damage on top of the 6 damage that I dealt.
Right, 18. There you go. End of your turn.
Wait,
Boop. That is, I think I can attack twice at that's all, can't I?
Oh wait, shit! I can attack twice too.
Go ahead and roll a second attack, Maeve.
Sorry, that
You're
was
fine.
my fault.
You're fine.
I'm super out of it today. Okay. Just sorry. I guess I got 15 again.
My second attack was a 1, so you don't have to worry about mine.
All right, yeah. You swing wide as this tadpole lands next to you, kind of throws you off a little bit, and the blunt side of your blade ends up hitting the toad in the arm, doing no damage. Yep, go ahead and roll damage, Maeve.
Yep. Okay.
And Leaf, you're up next.
11. Do I have
11
D4 again?
damage.
Hold on. Do I have each?
Go ahead
The
and
first
check.
time of your
Just-
turns. Never mind.
All right. Leaf, or Rosalind, did you want to move at all?
No, I think I'm good not provoking 2 opportunity attacks.
Okay, Leaf, your turn.
Not sure what to do.
We gotta get Hermia.
I'm sorry, can I bonus action to put, what's my Shield of Faith on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. All right. No.
All right. I don't know what to go with this. Leaf is going to run over here and say, your
Is that a
ammunition, please, Mother Maeve. And Leaf is going to cast flame arrows on Maeve's quiver, which that's not what I wanted. Here. Display, is that what it does?
There we go.
Quiver. They deal an extra 1d6 fire damage.
1d6 fire damage.
Oh.
And
For the next 12 shots. Nice.
And then Leaf is going to... Warning, I am unable to speak while in bear form. And is just going to run towards this toad.
And turn into a bear.
Yeah, and turn into a bear.
That's large size, right?
I just forget that's a bonus action for him.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, as Leaf runs, you watch as he drops down onto all fours, and then Animorph style just slowly starts to morph out. The head still, of course, a leaf head.
A leaf head. And that's the end of my turn currently.
All right, with that, we are up to the Tadpoles Turns. So this first Tadpole is going to try to latch onto Roz and miss. And this is when you see small movements in the water as a bunch of other tadpoles begin to move towards you.
Watch out, he's gonna morb.
It's morbid time.
Kieran, you are currently, as far as you know, hidden.
Okay, cool. So I'm assuming from where I am, since I'm close to Leo, I still have line of sight of both biggies.
Yeah, you're basically just. I'd say you can't see this one north of here because you're hiding behind the tree and that rock is in the way and Leaf's bare ass.
But I would have heard.
You do
people
know
yelling
that it's
like,
over
"Oh."
there with
Okay.
Hermia if you want to go and try and help her.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to. If I will go over here, will I be around the tree?
Where at? Right there?
So I
Yeah.
was here.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
you can see from there.
Cool. So Kieran is he is just aghast with fear. So he grabs the pendant, the new gem pendant that he had bought, and he is going to start casting a spell wherein a gust of wind starts to blow around him. and he is going to cast Summon Shadow Spawn.
Have you decided how you want this to manifest?
Yes, I have. So really quick question, because it's a little vague and I don't know if this is, well, no. Okay. So I have 90 feet. I can cast it somewhere within 90 feet that I can see, correct?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to pull up the spell. Okay. So once the wind settles down, almost like when, you know, like when Dementors like suck your face out, that sort of happens to his entire form, and then all of a sudden this shadowy entity forms in front of him. At first it does look like an exact copy of himself, and then suddenly it shrinks to something smaller, thinner, almost childlike. And I think, so casting that, I come out of hiding, and I think probably all three who are around me, they would see,
Where
they
are
would
you
see this
casting
entity.
it at? Just like
I'm
right in
going
front of you?
to... No, actually, I think I'm going to cast it over by Roz. A little spicy over there.
Go ahead and ping where you want it to manifest at.
That's right here, because that's what I can see.
And this is a shadow version of, like a shadowy looking version of Kieran.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
What spell level?
This is cast at a level 3, so that means I need to draw some cards.
So that's also above the level. Okay, so that's 35. So
Watch
Rosalind,
her.
you watch as this wisp of shadow suddenly forms and then begins to twirl and get bigger and bigger until you see this childlike shadow spawn that almost has a vague resemblance to Kieran, except it has these glowing yellow eyes, these long pointed teeth, and coming out of its fingers are these long slender nails that glint in the sunlight.
Okay, well, I'm never gonna sleep again. Great. Do I start seeing therapists like after the nightmares settle in, or can I start now?
It's probably a good time to just start now.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, Kieran, go ahead and whatever you need to draw for that.
No jokers, no aces. That's just the 3 of clubs, 3 of diamonds, and a 10 of clubs.
All right, and you get to attack with it on this turn?
Yeah, so it immediately takes its turn right after me. So when it appears over by Rosalind, my eyes, and I just want to make a tiny correction to how you were describing it. Instead of yellow, its eyes are a strangely opalescent kind of pink color, and Kieran's eyes are also glowing the same.
Okay.
And he just breathes out in a gasp and he says, "Scream." And then he's going to, or the shadow spawn is going to use Dreadful Scream. Oh, whoops. Sorry, Rosalind. You're in the range.
So each creature, suddenly this thing just takes a breath in and then lets out this terrifying screeching noise that everyone hears, but the only people affected by it will be Rosalind, the things next to it, and there we go, and Maeve.
Damn it.
So I need all of you to
Sorry.
make a wisdom saving throw. What is the DC?
That is nice.
Wait, I have to make a wisdom?
No, not you. You're not close enough.
19. I
Oh.
hope it's not over 19.
It's a 15.
Okay.
Ooh, I get advantage on wisdom
So
save.
Maeve is not scared.
Please succeed.
18.
Nice.
You're not scared. This little toadling is. This little toadling is. This little toadling is. This little toadling is. And is the big toad? No.
Oh,
Roll 19.
bastard.
All right. Is that the end of your turn, Kieran?
I'm gonna duck behind the tree again. and that's my end of my turn.
Are they frightened? Is that what it did?
Yes.
Okay.
Hermia, you are currently in this frog's mouth.
Cool. I am going to bonus action face step and get as far away as I can.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Hey, how far is
forgot you could do
face step?
that.
And which direction would you like to go in? Go ahead and ping on the map.
I think face up's 30 feet.
I just want to get somewhere. Oops, it's not doing it. Somewhere behind Lee. I don't know why it's not pinging. There it goes.
Just like right behind him, or do you want some distance?
Well, as far as I can get, but
All
like
right,
I want to
5,
be in
10,
the direction
20,
behind
25,
Lee.
30. You got it.
Okay, cool.
With that, you are not in its mouth anymore, and it kind of like turns back towards Leaf, like my meal's gone.
Oh,
Mark that.
That's rough, buddy.
well, that's oh, it's
That
good.
was gross.
Yeah, you are covered in like slimy saliva and like
I'm-
the blood of probably other creatures.
I'm glad you're okay.
I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis on myself as
Got
my
it.
action.
All right, Armor of Agathis is up, and you technically still have your movement if you wanted to move further, one way or another.
No, I'm thinking I'm good where I am.
Okay.
So I
Roy.
get
You just got like full
Question.
Smash Brothers announcer on that.
Roy. The cleaner. Ba-ba-da, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. If I move here, can I see the toad
Yes.
past? Okay.
Yes, you can.
So as I run my 30 feet. Okay, hold on, let me double check where that
There?
is. Okay, yep. Hermia and anybody else who's looking at me sees, what's the number of them?
3. Are you casting Mirror Image?
No. 6 emeralds
Oh.
in deep green start rotating around me as they are licked with bluish green fire as I cast Triple M, most minute meteors, and I'm gonna go ahead and shoot 2 of them at the toad.
All right, go ahead and hit it.
Okay, so it's a DC 15 dex.
Oh,
for
it's
him.
a saving throw. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're shooting 2, so you have to make it twice or just once?
Let's read what it says. Each creature within 5 feet of the point where the meteor explodes must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 2d6 fire damage on a failed save. So I guess if I can shoot 2 of them off as a bonus action, which is what they're used for, it'd be 2 of them? Question?
Melf's minute meteor.
Meteor. You can expend 1 or 2 meteors, sending them streaking towards a point.
Where's this Melf meteor
MILF meter would be great. That's what we're getting in Final Fantasy 14 tomorrow.
at? A Melf meteor.
Honey.
MELF apostrophe F.
Oh my gosh. D&D, why are you so bad at this?
Yeah.
Do you know what source it's out of? What? I can just go and look at it on your character.
Yeah.
I don't know why their search function is so.
You create 6
terrible.
tiny meteors in their space. They float in the air and orbit for you for the spell's duration. When you cast the spell and as a bonus action on each of your turns thereafter, you can expend 1 or 2 of the meteors, sending them streaking towards an opponent or a point or points you choose within 120 feet of you. Once it reaches its destination or impacts against a solid surface, the meteor explodes. Each creature within 5 feet of the point where the meteor explodes must make a dex saving throw. Take 2d6 on a failed save, half damage on a successful.
Is that
So, yeah.
per meteor?
I don't know.
That's
Is it per meteor?
Each meteor. Because you can expend 1 or 2 of the meteors, so you can throw 2 at a time. But you can,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay, so if it fails, it takes 4d6 since you sent 2 of them, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I didn't know if you
2
wanted to
instances
do.
of 2d6. Technically.
Yeah, if you wanted to do 2 saving throws or 1 saving throw, that's up to you.
No, I
Yeah,
think that
technically you would make 2 saving throws.
Okay.
because it says once a meteor reaches its destination or impacts against a solid surface, it explodes. So there's you're going to throw two of them, and they're both going to explode.
So what's your DC that it has to?
15 dex is what it has to do.
Saves against the first one.
All right.
Fails the second one. So go ahead and roll 2d6
So
first. And
the
we'll
first
take half
one
damage.
is 8 damage. That's reduced to 4.
Yep, and then roll another 2.
The second one is 5 damage.
All right, so those of you that are within eye shot of this, watch as Roy mentioned these little emeralds begin to float around him, and then 2 of them are whizzing out towards this thing. And you can definitely avoid Leaf with this. And as they hit, you see these small little impacts and like these tiny explosions around the toad.
And then what do you want to use for concentration? Is the little clock okay?
Yeah, the clock's fine. So long as
I
you know
use
what
the
it
little
means.
guy that's like holding his head, thinking.
Holding his head thinking? Okay, hold on, let me find him.
That is your...
That's my turn, yeah.
All right, that's your full turn. All right, cool. Back around to Leo.
Oh, he's not thinking. It looks like he's screaming.
Yeah, because he's
Is
like,
there-
oh my god, my head hurts
Concentration
so bad.
so much.
I'm thinking. Also, I'm really excited that finally my bear HP is less than my druid HP.
Leo, what would you like to do?
I'll move up next to Maeve, pull out my bow, and take a shot at the sanguine toad next to Rosalind.
The tadpole or the toad?
The tadpole.
Okay.
Does that hit?
I don't see it. How much?
Dirty 20.
Yes,
12
20
plus
hits.
8.
Yep. Go and roll damage.
4 plus 5. So
All
9.
right. As your arrow strikes it, it kind of pops a bit, splashing a little bit of blood onto Rosalind's greaves and lays there lifeless on the ground.
Okay, and then I'm going to, within 30 feet of Rosalind, I'm going to give Rosalind advantage on her next attack with my last action.
All right,
Nice.
Roz, advance your next attack. Are you all done, Leo?
Yes, sir.
Right. This toad doesn't like staring down a giant bear.
Rawr.
So it is going to jump back towards one of the small, tiny morsels, which means you will get an attack of opportunity against it.
Warning, leaving my range will invoke an attack. I mean, rawr. I shall attack.
Yep, go ahead and roll to attack.
I'm working on it. Claw attack.
Claw attack misses, unfortunately.
Oh no!
Grr.
Does a dirty 20 hit you, Hermia?
Yeah.
Sorry, you're tasty.
Why is it keep
Toad
going after
real-
Hermia?
Because it's really upset. It's territorial, clearly.
You take 23 points of damage as it munches down on you again this time. And you didn't feel them last time, but now you're like, holy shit, does this thing have teeth?
Oh my god.
It takes 15 cold damage in return.
It does.
Okay.
So, Maeve, Leo, and Roy, you see this in particular as this thing
How
munches
much was
down on
it?
her. 23.
23.
As it munches down on her, you see this explosion of what looks like icicles and like fog or dry ice within its mouth. And some of these icicles even poke up out from between its lips and near its eyes as well, which causes it to recoil in pain. It's not looking great right now, this thing. And that is all it can do on this turn. Rosalind.
Oh,
Thing's
yeah.
gonna try and munch you. Ooh, that is a
Doing a big munch.
25 to hit.
Yes, that will hit.
All right. Hearing Hermia cry out behind you, even though you still have your shield up, you look over your shoulder to try and see what's going on and what's happened. That's just enough for this toad to get
Rosalind's
one
in the
up on
moment
you.
in the middle of yelling, "Bring that one down!"
and then suddenly everything
Ow.
goes black and is really, really wet as you take 22 points of damage and are being launched in this thing's.
Ow.
Yep.
Okay, so 22, so that'd be 26 remaining HP. And my concentration check for that?
You have to beat an 11.
An 11, okay. And that's Constitution?
Yep.
Oh, 24. Perfect.
All right, so it keeps it up. And you all watch with Rosalind in this thing's mouth as it begins to retreat back into the water.
You hear... Rosalind sounds pissed.
Yeah, so Rosalind, you're inside, and obviously it's gross because like saliva in blood, but then you also start to taste more of a freshwater source and realize this thing's mouth is starting to fill up with water too as it's retreating into the water with you.
Well, that's less than ideal.
Maeve and Leo.
Oops, ignore that, sorry.
As you
yeah.
have Hermia on one side of you being devoured by this thing, you see
Yep.
another one dragging Rosalind down into the water. The
Yep.
ground shakes briefly for a moment.
The ground shakes, you said?
The ground
Oh, shit.
shakes a bit before you see landing in front of you, jumping over from between these this rocky outcropping out here, a third sanguine toad.
How?
And this one's going to shoot for...
Oh, I didn't realize that wasn't the DM doing that measurement. Like, what, are they going to fight over me?
No. That
Am
was
I going to be like the guy in the second Jurassic Park movie who gets eaten by both T-Rexes?
That's Eddie Carr.
I know.
Come on now.
I'm very proud of you for knowing that, though. I'm so happy. I'm not the only Jurassic Park nerd here.
I am a
Leo.
massive fan.
Does a
Yes.
dirty 20 hit your AC?
It does.
All right, then you are going to drag you. 15, 5, 10, 15. So Maeve, you watch as this thing lands, its tongue lashes out, hitting Leo, and then pulls him forward into its mouth. You are grappled, Leo, but you don't take damage this time. And with that, Maeve, it is your turn. 3 of your party members are being eaten by these giant toads.
Yay!
Are we having fun yet?
No! Alright.
Just remember, Maeve, what would Rosalind do?
You're eaten.
Yeah, get eaten.
I'm sorry,
How about
Kieran.
that?
Kieran, your spawn gets an attack of opportunity on this toad when it ran away. So go ahead and attack with its chilling rend.
Just calling it. It hurts.
Ooh,
D20 plus your attack
right.
modifier to hit.
Should I just roll on my Eldritch Blast? Is that the
Yeah,
same?
yeah, that's fine.
it's the same.
Yep, that's the same one.
Oh, 16.
A 16 hits. Go ahead and roll a D12 plus 3 plus the spell's level in cold damage.
You said a D12,
A D12, yep.
That's my oh.
and then you said plus what? I'm so sorry.
Plus 3, and then whatever level the spell is, it gets that in damage as well.
So that's 15 cold damage total. I rolled an 11.
So as this thing goes to run away, your spawn lashes out at it and takes a good chunk of flesh out of it, and you can see the claw marks that it left is starting to crystallize over with ice as well. All right, Maeve, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I would like to do something. If I can get some dice out, that would be great. There you are. Okay.
Remember,
Oh,
your
boy.
arrows are flaming.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna take a deep breath and kind of look around. She's gonna back up and she's gonna do her first attack on Hermia's Toad.
All right.
And I'm gonna use advantage. Give me a second. Sorry, I'm gonna use inspiration. That's what I meant to say.
Sure, yep.
Okay. Please hit. What are you? 14. Okay, so 19 is what I'm going to use instead.
That
19 plus
hits.
9. Okay,
Yep.
cool.
This thing only
So-
has 3 HP left. So,
Oh.
you are able to fire your arrow into this thing's throat as you can tell, like, it's swaying and it's not doing very well. The blood from its back where its pustules are being popped seems to be leaking quite a bit out of it, and as your arrow sinks into one of its eyes, it lurches and leans one way, falling over. Hermia, you spill down out of its mouth. No longer grappled. I can remember how to ungrapple you. There we go. But, Maeve, you do pop one more pustule on its back as you see, does an 18 hit?
Wait, what?
To Maeve, does an 18 hit
Oh.
Maeve?
Oh, yes, it does.
As you see one tiny little sanguine tadpole flying through the air and actually hits you in the shoulder, and its tiny little teeth sink down into your shoulder, and it is now latched onto you.
All right, how much damage?
I don't think you take any damage this turn.
Oh,
You
good.
are fine for now, but it is
Oh.
just nomming on your shoulder.
Ow.
You have another attack you can do?
I do have another attack. Is there an action to get this thing off me? Is that an action, or? I just want to know if
You
I should do
can-
anything to get this off.
Yeah, you can attempt to do like a strength check to try and pull it off, or you could attack it while it's on you as well.
Okay. Will that use up my extra attack?
I would say yes. Yeah, you would have to use your other attack in order to pull it off.
Okay. We're gonna just deal with that next turn then. I'm gonna shoot for the toad that it has Roslyn, and then I'll use my bonus action with Luster somehow.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and fire away.
All right. I'm gonna fire away. I'm just gonna use one die. Damn it. Sorry. 4 plus 9 is not hit, I don't think, unless
That's
13 hits.
That just hits as
Does?
this thing is beginning to pull underwater. You can see from like its chin down, so you still see its eyes and its head. You see Rosalind's feet kicking out from behind it, and you just lob this arrow perfectly, and it stabs down into one of its eyes, causing it to squirm in pain. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Damage. Okay, hold on. There's going to be a couple of things. So I'm going to use my favored foe again. So I've got a couple of damage I have to do. So first the 1d8 plus 4. Then I do the 1d6 fire damage, which I will just roll. And then 2. That's fine. And then 1d4. Give me 1 second. Okay. Nice. Okay,
And
so that
you see
is
this little
13.
flaming arrow just burning inside one of its eye sockets.
Okay. Cool. I did something. All right, bonus action. I am calling for... I'm so sorry, Luster. Please don't hate me. I'm calling for Luster because unfortunately he is too far away to be able to do his reaction. So he's going to come to me, and I have him bite the thing off my shoulder.
You sure can. Roll to attack.
Luster's like,
At what point is it animal abuse?
He can say no.
Can he?
I'd let him. Does 19 hit? 13 plus 6?
So you watch as Luster comes running over towards you, knowing exactly what you want him to do, closes his eyes, just opens his mouth, and chomps down on it. Blood splattering all over his maw, all over your face as well. You get some of it in your mouth and realize, I'm so, like, you get it now. You get
Yeah,
it.
I get
he
it
looks
now.
at you like, yeah.
I rub his head. I'm sorry, buddy. You're great.
But it is
I love
good.
you.
He spits it out on the ground.
Luster is best boy.
Anything else you'd like to do, Maeve?
That is all I can do. I use my bonus action. So.
All right, Roz, you are currently grappled in this thing's mouth. You can still attack it, but it'll be at disadvantage, or you can roll an athletics check to try and get out. Athletics check.
Out of morbid curiosity, am I technically
Did you say
right?
morbid?
Yeah. Am I right here, or am I inside the frog?
You're like there. You're not in
Okay.
him yet. You're in his mouth. So
Great.
half your body is out.
Awesome. I want to know how deep the water is where I'm standing, where I would be standing.
You do not know.
Okay. I'm wearing heavy splint armor and I can't swim. Yeah, it's not ideal. I had a bubble last time. Okay.
The bubble
Alright.
was in you all along.
Ro-
Believe in yourself.
Yeah. Rosalind's pissed. She thinks this fucking sucks, so she's gonna try and stab this thing.
All right, make an attack at disadvantage.
Okay, well that wasn't at 1. And that's a 2. So that wasn't great. I'm gonna say I missed.
Yeah. So you're kind of you can't really maneuver your sword arm, which is in its mouth right now. Your shield arm is outside of it, and you're just kind of like trying to punch it in the lip. It's not really doing anything. You do have a second attack.
I do. Thank
Yeah.
God for that. Still disadvantage, I presume.
Yes.
Oh, that's not it. Oh, well, hit target disadvantage. God damn it! It's another 1.
Use your inspo.
If I had used my inspo, it would be a 9.
Well,
All right.
what would have been though? 9 plus what?
No, a 9.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Sorry, this was a 7. Technically.
Oh, okay.
When I joked that said you're in, you're
That was my
You're-
one good roll.
you're
Yeah,
doing
you
good
were
roll. I
right.
didn't
As it
really
turns
mean
out.
that. Come on now.
Okay. I mean, you
Dig
did.
down real deep.
All right. So with that, Rosalind's turn is over. Bear Leaf, it is your turn.
All right,
You-
Bear Leaf is going to. Bear Leaf was focused on charging the Hermia Toad, but it's gone now. So
You're
it's just,
welcome.
runs and barrels toward the
Yeah.
Leo Toad, going roar, roar, and
Roar.
it's going to use multi-attack. Instead of its bite attack, it would like to try to grapple the Toad.
Okay. So opposing strength checks then.
Okie doke. I'm going to use an inspo on this.
You better, because he rolled a natural 20.
I like Bear Leaf. Roar.
Roar.
In my
Roar.
in my headcanon, it says roar.mp3. Roar.mp3.
What's its strength?
24.
It's a tie.
It has to meet or beat, so I think that goes in favor of the defender, unfortunately. So you come over and try to stand up and, like, grab a hold of it, but it's slippy and its pustules are starting to pop and like cover you with this blood, and you can't quite get a good grip on it, unfortunately.
Well, that sucks. I'm going to use my claw attack to try to grapple it again.
So grapple. All right, another grapple.
Another inspiration.
Okay,
If he-
this one should be a lot easier to beat.
If he makes this, is this considered a weapon attack or no?
No.
A grapple,
because
no.
he's not actually doing damage.
Oh,
7?
he's not doing damage. Sorry.
Did use
didn't you
inspiration,
say
right?
you're
That's
using
12.
Inspiration?
Oh, 12. That's right, duh. Well,
He rolled a
Question
13,
mark?
He rolled a 13 total.
Ah.
Fuck this toad.
Still can't quite get on him. Luckily, though, of the blood pustules popping, no babies come out and latch onto you, so there's that at least.
There is that at least. I don't know what they do, but I didn't want it.
All right, back around to the Toad's turn. As you watch the one with Rosalind now disappears down into.
But
thought it was the
it's a
tadpole.
tadpole's turn.
Not the
Oh,
toads.
sorry, that's the Tadpoles. No, you're right. My bad.
Holy shit, I thought I had a
there.
couple more chances
Killer.
to live.
I know.
He had that murderous intent in his voice. My
Holy
God.
shit.
Wait, I thought they were feared. Can
They
I
can't
not
go
come
that
close
way.
to
They gotta run the other way. They can't go closer to the Kieran spawn.
Right. No, you're
Yeah,
right.
get
So
wrecked.
they're actually just gonna they're gonna run away. Those ones are gonna run away.
Run away.
That top one could latch onto my foot if it wanted.
Don't give him ideas.
No. It's funny as hell.
Stop,
Oh boy.
Sarah. I already know.
Damn it.
All right, Kieran, your turn.
Right. So,
Good boy.
I want to try to ascertain one thing, DM.
Okay.
When either my spawn attacked or when Maeve attacked, the toad that is almost engulfing Roslyn. Did that seem to loosen Roz in any way? Like, trying not to
You're
meta you.
not sure.
I'm not sure. Okay. So Kieran is just gonna peek out from the tree, just trembling, and then he sees they're pretty much like halfway into the water, right?
Yeah, at this point you can only see the top of the toad's head and Rosalind's feet.
Oh fuck. Okay, so I'm gonna peek out, and then I'm just going to say, I'm just gonna scream Ros. I'm just gonna be like, Ros. And the spawn is then going to echo that back, but as if it's like a whimpering child, and then it's going to, why can't I move it? No, I can't move it. It's gonna go up to the toad and attack with a chilling red.
So this
Or
thing
wait,
moves
no.
down into the water. Go ahead and make the attack.
Oh. Okay. That's 23 to hit.
That hits.
Oh wow. That's only 7 cold damage.
Okey-dokey.
And then Kieran is going to use his action to just instinctively hurl out 2 Eldritch Blasts.
You got it. Yeah, they're normal attack at this point. What's the range on your Eldritch Blast?
120 feet.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, go ahead and make your rolls.
16 to hit for the first one.
That hits.
That is for 13 damage.
13 damage. All right, so as you hurl that first Eldritch Blast up and out towards it, you don't have to worry about like drawing any cards or anything like that for this, do you?
No, I misread the rules. I don't draw on cantrips. Only draw on number level spells.
And if you do
Cast shadow
melee
spell,
attacks with your cards, is that right? Because doesn't your
So sorry,
cards
I had 2
determine your
questions.
damage?
Oh shit, that's right. Yep, you're absolutely right. I tossed the thing. So that is a 4 of clubs, which... that's force damage.
Is it still the 13?
That is... no, you're right, so that's 17 total force damage.
Okay,
I
well,
get an additional because I drew 4 clubs.
so still, it's enough to kill it as your Eldritch Blast hits it right on top of the head and just blows a small hole into it. Roz, suddenly the pressure leaves, more water rushes in, and this thing just kind of falls backwards, floating away as you are ejected from its mouth.
Great. How deep's the water?
Right here, it is about 10 feet. Uh-oh. shit.
Okay.
I
So
look
yes,
to
you
Kieran.
slowly float down. Water's above your head. You are underneath it, but you are close enough where you can probably walk out of it.
Walk to the shore, yeah.
But it will be difficult terrain.
Okay, got it. She is holding her breath, which is gross because it was frog breath.
Yeah. Super not great. Actually, I'll leave this up here. Just put it next.
Oh, do you say that to me, Maeve?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Kieran is
do-
not.
Don't you? You do have an extra Eldritch Blast. Is it your Eldritch Blast 2 attacks?
It is 2. You're
So you
right.
Throw another one out if you'd like to.
Thanks for playing my character, Robbie. Okay, I'm gonna.
I mean, you ain't got to take it if you don't want to.
No, I should because action economy is important. I'm gonna go ahead and attack the one that has Leo in its
You
face.
got it.
Oh. Sorry, buddy. That's a 10.
Yeah, that's a miss, unfortunately.
Yeah. So Kieran ducks back into the tree, and Maeve, like, when you say that, he is not registering at all. Like, he is, like, before, like, it was, like, nervous excitement in combat, but he is, like, legitimately terrified right now.
Got it.
All right, with that, Hermia, it's back around to you. You stand up with drool and blood rolling off of you, and you see a Leo slowly being swallowed by one of these frogs.
Ew. Excuse me. I will bonus action hex on the one eaten Leo.
Yep.
And then do Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast, like Kieran, you have 2 attacks.
Yes. Get my dice. Well, I'm gonna use an inspo. Okay, better. That is a dirty 20.
That'll hit.
But for the first one, and the second one, I'm gonna use my other inspo. That was bad. Okay, and the second one was a natural 20.
All right, so go ahead and roll damage on the first one and double damage on the second one.
Alright, the first one is my D10. The first one is a 9.
All right, 9 damage, and your second one with the crit. Don't
Oh,
forget. you
wait,
get
my
to roll
hex.
Yep, hex damage
Hex.
as well.
Six.
Oh.
4.
All right, and then for the
Oh.
second one, roll 2d10 and 2d6 for the crit.
I'm gonna have Luster infuse the strike with 1d6 fire.
All right, then
The
go ahead
first
and roll.
one is
He
you
rolled a
said
6.
roll 2d10.
Yes, 2d10.
So-
Go ahead and roll another one because it's a crit, Maeve.
Oh shoot!
Ooh,
I can't tell on this dice if it's a 6 or a 9.
There's no little dot on it.
No, it's the purple ones. They don't have a dot on it.
Extra 10
That's
damage.
bad
to Luster.
design.
I know. I didn't realize it because I've never rolled very good.
It's always 9.
Yeah.
House rules always 9.
Let me look at this one. Let me just roll a different one.
Sure, that's fine.
What did I say?
You haven't rolled anything yet for this.
Oh, well, now I'm confused. Okay.
Roll d10 2 times.
3 and an 8,
Okay.
and
then 2d6.
and then a +5 because I have the agonizing blast.
Yeah.
And then I'll roll my d6. That is a 1 and a 4.
All right, so as you hurl your 2 Eldritch blasts at it, they hit and impact it, and you watch as one of the blood pustules pops, sending out a
Oh, oops.
little toad towards Leaf. Leaf does 16 hit.
Yeah, probably.
It's okay. I still
yeah.
don't know when these things come on, when they don't.
All right, and this thing comes out and latches onto your shoulder, nomming you. But you dealt a pretty good amount of damage. There are these nice little sort of, probably about these tadpole-sized craters in the side of its back where your Eldritch Blast was hitting, and you hear in the back of your head, "Oh, of course, just fling your little fairy magic at it. Whatever."
Okay, I've been eating twice. I've been eating twice today. Like, that's
You're
too much.
still standing.
Oh my god.
Roy, you hear her yelling this at herself, seemingly. Anything else you'd like to do, Hermia?
No, I'm good.
All right, Roy, your turn.
I yell, "Can you turn down the crazy real quick?" And correct me if I'm wrong. If I don't move, I can use an extra bonus action. Is that in this edition?
No.
No.
No action economy that way?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can't exchange them for other actions.
Okay.
No,
All right.
it's just.
I'm gonna fling a firebolt at the one holding Leo,
Okay.
which does a 21 hit.
Yeah, 21 does hit. Yep, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. And that's 3 points of fire damage.
Womp womp.
So cool. And then I'm gonna use my bonus to fling 2 more meteors at it.
All right. First one is a fail.
Hear sarcasm.
Second one is also a fail. So roll 4d6, or were they d8? They were d6s.
They're d6s, 2d6. So that would be 16.
Okay, as your meteors impact on it, this thing just has holes all over its body, seems to be bleeding out of multiple sections, and is kind of swaying and moving back and forth. Not looking too good. Leo, it is your turn. You can feel the bite that it has on you beginning to wane. You want to try to escape or attack it at disadvantage?
I'm gonna use an inspiration and try to cut its tongue off.
All right, go ahead and roll just a straight attack.
Uh, 18 plus 8.
Go ahead and roll
Yeah.
damage. You don't get sneak attack on it, so just your d4 plus your dex bonus, which is a 5. That's enough. You just start stabbing around inside of its mouth, trying to hit whatever it is that you can, and with every jab of your dagger, you feel the clamp on you begin to loosen more and more and more, until finally you feel this thing just fall to the ground. Mouth opens up, you roll out of it, its eyes lull up into the back of its head. It is dead. Now, most of you are safe, with the exception of maybe Leaf, who has a minor annoyance on him. But there is one person who's still in a little bit of danger here, so we're going to continue to play this out. Maeve,
I have movement.
you do have movement. Where would you like to move?
Can I see Roz?
You do not see Roz anymore. All you see is a cloud of red in the water where she was before you got swallowed.
Okay, I'm gonna turn back to Maeve. Where's Roz?
I'll get her. She's in the water. She's in the water.
Okay, then I run towards the water and jump in.
Sorry.
All right. Maeve, your turn.
All right. I'm going to run over as well. Oh, I don't remember my movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Do I really only get 30 movement?
Yeah,
Sucks.
same for me.
So how long? I have a rope. I have a climbing kit, actually, but I have a rope. So
Okay.
I'm going to take it out and throw it towards Leo. 50-foot hempen rope.
Okay, you're like throwing the whole rope to him?
No.
or you're
I'm
gonna hold on to it
holding.
as
I'm
well?
holding an end of it and
Okay,
throwing
all
him
right.
the other end.
Yep, so you throw it into Leo, so Leo, you have the other rope now. It's all you guys can do for now, though. On his turn, he'll be able to, potentially throw it into the water. But from where you are right here, you cannot see Roz because the entire water is just filled with blood at this point. It is all clouded over.
Okay.
Roz,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
All right.
What would you like to do?
Roz is gonna walk this way.
All right, you begin.
She's just gonna
to
walk towards shore.
Roz does a 24 hit.
Yes.
All right, so as you begin to wade through, something does attack you, biting onto you.
She goes, ow, underwater, so it's actually just a bubble.
Yeah, so you would actually be able to get pretty much up to Leo, which at that point I'd say that you're about waist high in the water. And Leo, you see one of these tadpoles is attached to her shoulder and neck.
Rosalind looks pissed off as she starts coming up out of the water.
Yep, obviously you're soaking wet as well, covered in blood. It's not
She
a
looks
good day for
she
us.
looks a little dazed. She's like, I don't want to take a bath anymore.
Oh, you do
One
have
more,
you,
please.
you have 2 actions if you want to try and attack this thing that's connected to you.
Yeah, I want to try and stab it.
Yep, go ahead, roll to stab.
Please don't stab yourself.
It's another fucking 1.
Holy
what the
shit.
fuck?
Roll another
Alright.
d20.
Well, I'm gonna roll
See if you hit yourself.
Yep.
Oh.
15.
Okay, you don't hit
Okay.
yourself.
I'll use my second attack on it.
Yep.
Is it if she fails or something again or
All
something?
right, that's a 22.
Yeah, if you basically if you roll 5 or under to confirm like
Yeah.
a
Got it,
natural
okay.
1, you hurt yourself or someone else. All right, so this time you swing at it the first time and kind of miss, almost hitting yourself, and then you just take a second like, oh, it hurts, and just slowly drive the blade through this thing's head. It lets go of you. You slaw it off onto the ground, into the water, and you're able to move up out of it. There still are several tadpoles just sort of around and about, but over the next few minutes, kind of taking a look, you are able to kill some of them. You have no idea if that's all of them or not, but it does seem like the danger at this moment has passed.
This is disgusting.
Well, it's gonna get gross.
Well-
Rosalind is covered in blood,
Same.
saliva. She looks to Hermia like, mood,
Twins.
twinsies.
Start going through the bodies.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get proof.
Yeah, let's collect a tongue or something.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get a labium off this thing, Robbie?
You can.
All right, great.
Look for
So easy enough to gather proof.
victims.
Yeah, why don't 2 of you can choose who make investigation checks for me.
Not Rouse.
I can help.
What do I got? Investigation. Hey, I'm pretty good at that.
21.
All right, because of your thing.
I did roll a 2 the first time.
16.
You
how's
rolled
your
a
HP
1
feel?
and a
I
natural
rolled a 1 and a 20.
Yeah. Sorry, what did you
I
get,
ro-
Roy?
16. Nowhere near as
Okay.
good.
So, yeah, you're going through the bodies, Roy, specifically, which some people kind of look at you like a little bit like they're dead. What do you think you're going to find in the bodies? But within one of them, you do find a partially digested humanoid of some kind. That is particularly remarkable in your case because you do notice that what's left of his shirt, which looks to have been of fancy make or design, bears on one of the buttons a insignia, a crest that matches a signet ring that was found just the other day outside of
Yes.
the Tillermaid's place.
Can we check?
I call out who has the
I do.
signet ring.
I
I'm
do.
Maeve,
Yep.
and I hand her the piece of ripped shirt with the button on it.
Thank you.
That
Well.
takes care of your our nobleman.
It does indeed.
Maeve,
Yes.
with your 21, as you begin to kind of, look around, you guys are making sure that you're trying to kill as many tadpoles as you can. You don't want any of these things to potentially go off and create another spawning ground anywhere. You do find several egg sacs and pustules in other places, so you go around cleaning up what you can. Maeve, you actually find to the north, among the rocky outcropping, a large pile of digested bones of various creatures. You see some humanoids in there. It's impossible to necessarily tell who they belong to, but it does seem to range from older to younger. You find the remains of a dog in there as well. R.I.P. Bubbles.
Oh.
Well, I found their victim nest.
But you also notice something else that catches your eye.
Yes.
Amidst the bones and debris here, you also find a few other small things of note. You find just in like gold satchels and stuff like that. 120 gold, 2 rubies worth 75 gold, and a diamond worth 200 gold.
Oh, dang.
And you also see a small cube amongst them. It's maybe the size of a human fist. You're not really sure what it's made of, but it has this rusted color and several stains of different shades all across its surfaces, the edges of which are razor sharp. And
It's a puzzle box.
it's as you get closer to it, it's you have this feeling of extreme self-doubt or dread kind of slowly start to wash over you.
Anyone good at identifying strange magical objects?
I'm trained in Arcana.
I can identify it with a ritual.
You also have Elroy.
Yeah,
do
I,
have
like
that.
hold up the head.
Bring him over here.
Wait, hold on. Has Roy seen this thing yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. I asked
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of questions
Okay,
about
yeah,
him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, you watch as Leo pulls the statue head out of his pack again, and Elroy's kind of.
Do you want
what
to?
is it? What's going on? You need my help for something?
Do
I
you
don't-
want to use him today, or I could do it?
It's fine. We might need to use you later.
Alright.
But thank you. This weird box thingy that makes me full of dread and not so great things. What is that?
Oh, interesting. Perhaps found a magical artifact of some sort. Well, bring it over here, or bring me to it, whichever works. It's fine. Either
Why don't
way.
you bring it to? I don't want to touch it.
All right, so
I'll
Leo, you
take him to
walk
it.
him over. All right, so you looking for me to identify this thing?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
He watches his eyes open and begin to glow as he looks down upon it, and his light shining across it. And in doing so, it begins to shake a bit and shimmer with this red crimson energy. And the light from Elroy's eyes begins to falter and flicker, and you see cracks begin to form around the corner of his eyes, and with him still in your hand, Leo, Elroy begins to crumble away and falls to the ground in shards below you.
Oh,
What?
no.
The front half of his face, so what's left of him, there seems to still be like a bit of like a stone mask of his remains left, but the rest of him seems to have crumbled and dissolved away into dust as the remains of Elroy lay in front of you, and that red glow around the cube begins to subside.
What?
Okay, Roy, you want to cast Identify?
How about I just throw that in the water and we never see it?
I don't know. We might need to take this somewhere. I don't think
Alright.
it's safe anywhere.
You want to touch it?
No, but I would like to know what it is.
Someone give
Keeping
me
it here
a...
is...
All right, one sec. Rosalind grabs her bag and just uses her sword to like nudge the cube into the bag.
Okay, yeah, easy enough. You nudge the cube into the bag.
Does it make me feel crappy when I get near it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, God, okay.
Anyone within like 10, 15 feet of this, like they're just these feelings of like doubt, terror, and dread just sort of lightly claw at the back of your mind.
I don't like it at all.
No, it's awful.
All right, you want me to spend 11 minutes with it or what?
I mean,
Do
if
you want to spend 11 minutes with it?
Yeah, that's really the question here. I never expected it to destroy something like our Elroy. I pick up the mask and keep it.
Ah, fuck it, yeah. why not?
Or Elroy, I spent 900 gold on this. I'm gonna kill that old woman.
I'm gonna cast hard cast detect magic and see like what kind of essence it's giving off.
Okay. So you pick up two things. The remains of Elroy is still giving off some faint enchantment magic, so there does still seem to be some magic in the remains of Elroy.
Okay.
Poor Elroy.
The cube gives off heavy necromancy, as well as probably evocation.
So Leaf's little arcane ley lines on its face just turns into a variety of rainbow of colors as it's trying to download and ascertain the aspects of the magical energies. And it says, Elroy, although in dust, still gives off magical essence. Leo, perhaps it might be possible to salvage it.
I will also say
Also-
to Leaf, with detect magic up, the corpses of the toads are also giving off the same necromancy and evocation schools of magic.
Oh, good.
Also, I believe this one believes that this cube is linked to these toads in some way.
Oh,
Perhaps
no.
the cube has mutated the toads in some way.
Maybe one of the toads swallowed this, and then that's how they all got created.
Rosalind,
Prairie. Would you like me to swallow the cube?
No.
How heavy is
I would
the
not
cube?
like you to do that.
How heavy-
Rosalind is going to lay on hands Hermia so that she can gain her HP back. And then she's going to go over to this tree and break off a somewhat sizable branch from it, which she will feed through her pack so she can carry this thing back, but not close to her body.
Okay.
I stop you and just cast Mage Hand to pick up the cube.
That works too.
Okay. You
So
pick it up
a
with Mage Hand.
green Mage Hand just appears and picks it up.
Roy's
Okay.
hand.
You want
the
me
hand
to?
turns red and explodes.
Do you want me to identify this thing, or are we just gonna
I
bag
mean,
it and tag it and throw it in a museum?
I'd like to know what it is, but I'm worried it's going to hurt you.
Well, a little self-loathing never hurt anybody.
Fair point.
What are the chances that would happen twice in one day?
You gonna try to identify it, Roy?
Do it. This is the dragon that on the back you're climbing.
I can die. It's fine.
All right. You can try, but if it looks like it's going bad, I'm pulling you out of it, okay?
Yeah.
So I put the Mage Hand. I
Oh boy.
gently place it down, reach into my back and pull out a for flavor purposes the pearl that I'll mark off 100 gold for, and the owl feather, and I will start casting the ritual to identify it.
Okay, so it's gonna take him 10 minutes to do so. So as Roy is doing this, what would the rest
Does
of you
anybody
like to do?
have mend?
Mending? Oh,
Excellent question. I do not.
Wait, what?
Mending the spell.
Maybe. Let me check.
If your idea is to try and mend Elroy back together,
I do not.
the pieces of him that fell away basically crumbled into dust, essentially, just leaving the face part behind.
You're just gonna have to duct tape him to a different statue.
Yeah.
Rosalind wants to walk over to Kieran.
Miss
yeah,
Kieran,
I
are
was
you, or Mr. Kieran, are you still here?
Mr. Kieran's here.
Okay.
I'll be
yeah.
joining you as well, actually.
Well,
I meant to do that
by
earlier.
this point, the spawn, how long does it stay around for? No, the spawn is
It's for
still
an
here.
hour.
I would say probably standing behind Kieran unless you dismissed it. It just kind
Yeah,
of
so
walks back up and it's just standing there behind you.
Yeah, I think as Maeve and Rosalind are approaching me, Kieran is facing the spawn, just looking at it sullenly, and then the spawn then is kind of sucked back into Kieran's body, and Kieran kind of stumbles and shudders, and
And as it
almost
is
like he
drawn
can't
back
breathe.
into him as well, you do hear as you two approach the haunting echoes of a young child sniffling and crying.
Rosalind will put a hand on Kieran just to like steady him. Are you okay?
Yeah. Sorry. I
okay.
place some tears.
It's okay.
You don't have to apologize. You saved my life. Thank you.
You did good.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. We did good. Yeah.
We did do good. Again. I'm telling you, we're getting this thing. We've got it.
Oh yeah. 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 Well, what'd you guys find?
We found a box and it's evil.
Yeah, speaking of which, I hope he's okay. Roy, I mean.
Yeah. So it's not great. We also found some rubies and gems if you want to take a look and tell us if they're worth anything.
Oh, I think I'm good. I think I already kind of owe you a lot, so you can
Rosalind,
have my share.
Oh, well, we're
Rosalind hears Kieran refuse to look at rubies and gems and gives Maeve a very worried look.
Maeve will kind of kneel down. Hey. We're okay. You're okay. Did something happen that we didn't see?
No, I just, I'm just, tries to brush it off. I'm just a little off my game today. That's fine. Everything's, all hunky-dory over here.
Maeve
But-
just opens her arms and just looks at Kieran expectantly.
Yeah, thanks, Maeve. I just, I think I'm just tired. I think I'm gonna head back to the inn.
All right. Well, we'll be right behind you.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let me know what you guys
You-
find, and
You sure you don't want someone to come with you?
No. I'm okay. I'm just gonna, head into bed early. I know, I didn't really get hurt in that fight, but whew, it's just exhausting 48 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been
true.
a lot. All right. Well, we'll be right behind you, and we'll see you in the morning, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. I'll see you guys later. Karen takes off.
You watch as Kieran turns, begins to walk back to Odessalo by himself.
Roz gives another worried look towards Maeve.
You're the one who reached him the most before. You tell me.
I don't know. He seems different this morning.
Followed the kid.
I don't know. They've got a lot going on, and I don't know.
Something happened
I-
before this?
Not that I know of. Not that they've shared with me.
Okay.
Just, yeah, I'm not sure. They'll come around in time.
That's fine. Just want to make sure that, I don't know, we're a group if there's something that can be done all together.
Query. Would you like me to spy on them?
No,
No, we don't.
I don't know that spying on them is the answer. I think.
Leaf, when you get a chance, you'll be able to see how he's doing in the room.
Please do.
Understood.
Okay. And we'll go back over to Roy.
Roy, will you make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Oh,
Oh
God.
boy. Oh boy.
Time to find out how much Finger of Death hits for.
Yep.
Here I was writing you a message, Robbie, but never mind.
I mean, continue the message if you'd like, but
No, it's all right. That's a dirty 20.
Oh.
Ooh, 20 is what you needed.
Oh.
Yikes.
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 Thank you, Di. Thank you for rolling a 19.
Oh shit.
Now you only take half damage.
So, as you are attempting to divine on this, which you've used this on a number of magic trinkets before, this is different. That sense of dread, that self-doubt, self-loathing begins to fill you and eat away at you as you are trying to push your way through. You've never tried to identify something with magical defenses, but you realize very quickly that has to be what this is. And as you fight back a migraine trying to push through this, you are able to do so. This is the cube of the Crimson Lord. And if you cut yourself upon the razor-sharp edges of this cube and give your life force over to it, the more of yourself you feed it, the stronger the boons it bestows upon you. You also know that the longer you are around it, the more it will try to enact the will of the Crimson Lord upon you.
Okay. Question.
Yep.
Can I cast Minor Illusion to look like I'm bleeding out of my eyes, nose, and ears?
Make an Arcana check.
It's a joke. No.
Oh, God.
Oh, okay.
No. I mean, a 10?
No, you can make like one orifice start bleeding.
Ears.
Okay, you all watch. Are you gonna scream along with it?
Nope.
Okay, so yeah, whenever you all come back over to see Roy sitting here, eyes closed in the midst of his ritual, you see blood starting to trickle out of his ears.
Roy!
Oh, God.
Roy, you're bleeding!
That-
She's gonna pull him away from it.
And I just one finger goes up. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Oh.
What'd you find out?
So, question: on a scale of 1 to 10, what's the worst thing you've ever seen?
10.
What?
And
What?
Rosalind has a lot
And
of
he
flashbacks
kinda goes
to
like
things
this.
that have all happened very
What?
recently to her.
I suppose it depends how serious we're getting with this topic.
Inside
This thing's
of
at 35.
Oh.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
tell them everything you just told me.
Who the fuck is the Crimson Lord?
Do I know who the Crimson Lord is? Or no?
Would I know? Or is that my Arcana?
Would anybody know?
Tell us right now, Robert.
I
History?
would say
Hermia know?
Hermia can make a history or a religion check.
Look,
Okay.
I don't care who the Crimson Lord is. A Crimson Lord sounds really bad. And the fact that the longer you're around this, the more it imposes your will on it, tells me this thing should take a deep dive somewhere to never be found again.
A what or a what?
History or religion.
I'll do a history that's a 19 plus 5.
24. Okay. That name does ring a bell, Hermia, and it takes you a moment to try and place it. You can't be entirely sure, but you did have a few classes back when you lived in the Feywild, in the city, of the other realms in planes surrounding the prime material plane, and you are fairly certain that the Crimson Lord sounds like one of the ruling fiends from the Abyss.
Ooh.
Oh. Okay.
Or maybe
I
the
say-
Hells, you're not sure, one of the two.
It sounds like some fiend from like the Abyss or one of the Hells.
Does
Yeah.
that mean this came out like with? Is this related to the portals?
Maybe.
Portals.
Oh,
Maybe you want to
yeah,
ask
maybe
your
it's
sister
through-
there, Rosalind? Isn't she in the Abyss?
Oh. She gets uncomfortable looking. Yeah, sure. I can ask her. Yeah. Sorry about this twice in one day. Light, are you there?
What is it,
I lean
Rosalind?
over. Oh,
We just found an artifact of the Crimson Lord. Does that name mean anything to you?
I think Shadow and I have killed our fair share of Crimson Lords. It's a title, an unimaginative one at that.
We found a puzzle box that you can feed blood to become more powerful, and it also imposes its will upon you.
There's a long, uncomfortable silence.
Yeah. Rosalind's just like, oh god.
You see Rosalind kind of worrying a bit.
Uh-oh.
Well, if you're going to use it, be careful. That could be a very powerful tool.
Are you saying I should use it?
What? No, how do we get rid of it?
It could be a very powerful tool. Just make sure you know what you're doing.
I definitely don't know what I'm doing. That's a fact.
Then don't
Maybe-
use
maybe-
it.
Yeah.
during,
Okay.
during all of this, I'm ripping off some clothing from one of the bodies and then tying the cube up and then picking it up with Mage Hand and then just pushing it as far as it can over the water.
Now, you hear her like break off with Light for a moment. Last time it went in the water, it infected all the toads around here and made
Yeah.
these monsters. We have to take it somewhere safe.
Yeah.
We can't just put it in the wild.
Okay, well,
Look.
where can we
Yeah,
put it
where
then?
are we going to put it?
I don't know. Let's find a mine shaft. Sorry. Light, thank you very much. I appreciate it. They're trying to throw it in the water.
Well, where are we supposed to do with it?
I don't know. Let's find an abandoned mine shaft or bury it. How
You're
about that?
talking about it being found by toads. You don't think some animal's going to find it in an abandoned mine shaft?
Okay, then let's
Maeve.
bury it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You would actually know that there's actually a few ideas that you have on what you could potentially do with this.
Okay.
Because anywhere you put it, it's just asking that eventually someone else is going to stumble across this.
Right.
So the two things that you think of first is that perhaps someone at the Cobalt Soul would know what to do with it or could direct you somewhere to dispose of this. And you also would have read, I would say that you would have a cursory knowledge of the Cerberus Assembly as well. And there is a position on the Cerberus Assembly known as the Archmage of Antiquity that specifically for the Empire deals in ancient and magical artifacts from different planes or different times and stuff like that, they could also probably help direct you on what the best thing to do with dangerous magical objects would be.
Okay. Wait. I have 2 thoughts that just came to mind. So, Cobalt Soul libraries, they're always looking for things like this. I have a contact. It's kind of far. I mean, Rexentrum has a Cobalt Soul, but I also have a contact in neither, it's not Menagerie Coast. What's that place called?
Is it Port Damali or Nicodranus?
Damali Port Damali.
Well, I'm sure we could drop it off in Rexentrum.
Yes, so that's one idea. Also, I don't know that much about the Cerberus Assembly, but they've got a guy, the head Archmage?
Archmage of Antiquity.
Archmage of Antiquity. They deal with this kind of stuff. I don't know them personally, but, I mean, listen, we put this anywhere, someone's gonna find it, or something, or the plants, you name it.
Okay, so, all right, not a fan of giving it to the Empire, so I vote for your Cobalt Soul people.
Okay, well, there's a Cobalt Soul library in Rexentrum. My contact's in Port Damali.
Let's just take it to Rexentrum. That's where we're going anyway.
Okay.
You
All right.
want to hold on to this thing for over a day.
Yep, Rosalind just
Just
holds the bag
being-
open. Just put it in. I know.
Probably close to 2 days.
You want to hold on to it for 2 days.
Yep.
Is your bag magically enforced?
Nope, sure isn't. But I don't want some other poor soul to find it.
We don't have a choice if we're gonna actually do something to help this.
And you see his magic hand literally just hold it like this, and then drop it in the bag.
Yep.
Yep. She closes the bag up, and yeah.
All right. You feel that small
I
sense
wanna-
of dread begin to creep up into the back of your mind, Rosalind.
I want to go on record saying carrying it in a bag and not dropping it in the water to be forgotten for all of time
It
is
would
a
not be
very
forgotten for all of-
stupid idea.
Well, if
I mean-
nothing else we've learned, it's that I'm an idiot.
It won't be forgotten for all of time. There will be more sanguine toads if you drop it in the water.
Or
Alright.
sanguine sharks.
Well, the faster we get
Is this saltwater?
out of Odessalo and back to Rexentrum, the faster we can be rid of it. So I say let's go.
Well, let's first show the proof of what caused these things.
Yep.
And then we'll go.
Back to town.
All right. So all of you head back to town, and where is the first place that you would like to visit?
We want to talk to the guard, the asshole.
I got proof.
You are
Bloody-
able to
bloody
find
proof.
the asshole guard captain in due time. You present to him proof of the monsters. You present the signet ring, as well as the lapel or the piece of clothing that you found of the poor Tillermaid drunk uncle. And the guard kind of stands there staring at it for a minute. Looks back
Is this
up
the
at lot
captain of the
you.
guard or is it just a guard?
Nope, captain of the guard. Yep.
Okay.
Thank you for your service to the Empire.
Oh my.
What was it you called yourselves again?
The second chances.
Thank you, the second chances. Stay here and I will get you some reward money.
Great. Thank you.
And he turns and walks off.
How
And,
upset, how bummed out did was that like that through his teeth?
Yeah, very much.
Oh, yeah.
This is very
Okay,
much
great.
like a 10 out of 10. This is some bullshit fucking
Great.
adventurers.
Great. I want him as upset as possible about this.
I don't remember if I gave you a amount on how
You
much
didn't. He literally
was
just said,
gonna-
"Maybe I'll find you some reward
Yeah,
That's
money."
what I
was
thought.
not-
All right, cool. Fair enough.
He sucked.
Yep. So he comes back later with a sack and hands it to you, Maeve, and goes, 500 gold on behalf of Odessalo. Thank you for your heroics.
Then thank you.
And he turns over to you, see 2 guards sort of sitting over by the guardhouse. One of them seems to be taking a burlap sack out of a pack beside him. He's taking some sandwiches out. He goes, hey, you 2, deal with this. And just kind of points to the miscellaneous pieces of the toads that you brought. And as the one about to eat the sandwich looks at him, at what there is, just kind of...
Yeah.
And his lunch
Great.
is ruined now. But yeah,
Well-
okay.
One more thing. there might be more like toadlings, so I put some patrols around the lake. They're pretty easy to kill. You just gotta stab them once. But we got rid of the big ones that were spawning.
And we also
We'll
took
look
care of the
into
spawning
it.
beds.
Thanks.
Yes, we did.
Oh, and also, we need to make sure Balthazar, the Amazing, I assume he'll be cleared of this, yes?
Right. Yes, the magician is fine and free to go. If you see him, tell him he can come and pick up his piece of shit wagon.
Excellent.
Very well.
Rosalind will look to Roy. You have accomplished your mission, Roy.
And I owe it all to you.
Thank you for your assistance.
Well,
We had fun down on the docks.
yeah, we did. And with that, he cracks his knuckles and goes, well, cross paths.
Till
Hopefully.
again.
And starts putting his hands in his pockets and walking away.
All right. So, what would the rest of you like to do?
All right, so do we rest? We leave in the morning? Is that the plan?
I guess so, yeah.
It's probably mid-afternoon at this point. By the time you guys got back and took care of anything, you're probably looking at it being like 5 o'clock.
All right, then let's plan to leave in the morning, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, first light, we'll be out of here.
Okay.
All right. And I guess we'll return to the inn, and Roz is going to go up to her room, and she is going to, like, find, like, I assume there's probably, like, a storage chest in the room.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. She's going to put the cube in the bag into the chest and cover it with, like, a bunch of blankets and pillows, and then close the lid. Like, that can stay in there.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. Was there anything that anyone wanted to accomplish within these next few hours before sundown? Or before you find bed?
I'm gonna try one more roll for my herbology.
Oh, yes. Go ahead.
I think I made it. 11 plus... What am I adding again?
You add your intelligence and proficiency.
Intelligence. Okay, intelligence. So that is a 15.
Okay,
Or
was
16.
this... Because you
The
did it a
second
few
one.
times on the road. Were you able to finish
Yeah, this
a
is-
potion yet?
I finished one, and then this was I had started another one, so this is number 2.
Okay, so you get most of the way through the preparation. If you want to stay up a few hours past when you would normally go to sleep, you can attempt to finish up this one if you'd like.
Okay.
Go ahead
will
and make
do that.
Yep, go ahead and make another roll for me.
Natural 20.
You finish. You have another potion.
Yay.
Very nice.
We have 2 potions.
Well done.
Yep. Anyone else like to do anything?
No, I think Roz is just gonna have a few drinks throughout the evening and then go to bed.
Okay. Kieran and Leaf is in a room. Was it Maeve and Hermia, and then Rosalind and Leo were sharing one?
No, I was with Leo.
Yeah, I was with her.
You were with Leo. Gotcha. Okay. So Rosalind and Hermia
Yeah.
are in a room together. Okay. Rosalind.
Yes.
And I will roll for Hermia since she just left.
Fair enough.
I need the 2 of you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh boy.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, that is my best save. So, how about 21?
Okay. Your dreams are not pleasant. In fact, Rosalind, before you're even able to fall asleep, something begins to echo in the back of your mind.
Oh, on that
Soft,
note, I'm
Rosalind.
sorry. There was one thing on that note. Rosalind does not sleep in her bed that night. She sleeps on the floor.
As you are basically sitting down and laying down to do so, you hear those words echoing in the back of your mind. And you take the floor. But they don't go away.
Oh.
You're soft. And one by one, you begin to recount all of the times, backwards from now, when you were with your own group, with Mira and the others. Despite having an encouraging family, even a few moments throughout your training, all the way back to when you were at the orphanage, any time that anyone has ever doubted you begins to replay in your mind over and over and over again.
Oof.
Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
7.
Neither you nor Hermia get a full night's rest.
Oh.
So you both take a point of exhaustion. You do get a short rest, so anything that would return on a short rest does so.
I guess I'll spend some hit dice to get my HP back then.
Yep.
What is Paladin? Is that a D10?
It might actually be a D12. It should be on your D&D page if you hit the short rest button.
Yep,
Oh, that's
it'll
right.
be there.
Yeah.
Leaf. As you stand there in Kieran's room, as the night begins to pass, you suddenly come out of your stasis. You're not sure why. You see Kieran there on the bed. One arm hanging off, one leg hanging off. The blanket pushed down at the end of the bed. Drool coming out of his mouth and dropping down onto the floor next to it. And you hear the fluttering of wings. You turn towards the windowsill and you see a sparrow on the windowsill there, but it has a silver, almost metallic sheen to it as it kind of pecks at the window, caws a bit from the other side.
Leaf is going to just kind of power on and slowly walk first to Kieran and push Kieran's leg and arm back on the bed and cover him up all the way, and then go to the window and open the window.
As you open it, it kind of sits there, hops around a bit, looking at you, looks back out towards the moon, and then flits away into the sky. Do you follow?
Can't I fly?
You can certainly turn into a bird, can't you?
At level 8, I can.
You can certainly turn into a bird.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to, or Leaf is going to. It doesn't know how it's doing it, but it just has a subroutine that it's going to turn into a tiny hummingbird, and a tiny little hummingbird whose body is a leaf head with a little point coming out of its face, and it's gonna flit away and follow the bird.
All right, and as soon as you jump out over the balcony, you fall to the ground, because at this level you can't fly. No, kidding. God damn it! You
It's
begin
not
to
good.
follow
Hummingbirds die if they don't fly.
You begin to follow it out into the cold night sky. Looking up, the sky is clear. You see the moon Cathis, almost completely full at this point, stars dotting the sky around it, and you follow this silver sparrow out of the city and out towards the forest. It constantly staying just barely out of your reach, just out of the line of sight as it dips down between the trees. You dip down with it. It comes back up. And after about 10 or 15 minutes of flight, you come to this large open clearing in the forest. You see a small little pond of water, completely still, a perfect reflection of the night sky. And you watch as this sparrow swoops down, loops around it, waits for you to come in close, and then you watch it dive straight down to the pool of water, vanishing, causing a single ripple across it, till it eventually returns to its glass-like surface.
Can I see anything, or can Leaf see anything in the water?
As you swoop down, your little hummingbird wings, you're just hovering above it, you just see your own self reflected back.
Leaf is going to hover there for a sec, examining the water and everything around it, and then just go up a couple feet and then go straight down as hard and fast as it can.
And as you dive down into the water with nary a splash or drip, you suddenly find yourself in your normal form, emerging from that same pool of water back up into this clearing. Except something's different. Looking down at yourself, you don't see the smooth, shiny, reflective alloy that you normally would. You see that your fingers are rough, gnarled bark. You see pieces of your arm is tough, unhewn stone, not the processed metal alloy that you're used to. You slowly climb out of the lake into this clearing now and see that silver sparrow sitting on one of the gnarled roots coming up out of this old oak tree. It looks at you,
How
its
far
head's
a-
cocked. It's about 15 feet away from you.
What else do I see around here? Anything or?
Make a perception check.
Oh, I'm good at those. 21.
21. It looks very much the same as it did on the other side, but there is an odd stillness to this world. There's a gentle fog that seems to be rolling in from outside the forest into this clearing, but what really catches your eye is the tree that this sparrow seems to be sitting in front of. There are features of the way the bark has grown, knots in it, that almost seem to resemble a face. The sparrow lets out a little tune as though to beckon you towards it.
It just walks slowly, one step at a time,
And
processing and taking in everything.
as you get closer, you hear the creaks and groans from deep within this old, ancient-looking oak tree. As the bark begins to shift, move in form, and slowly you watch as the face of a older, homely-looking woman begins to form around it, eyes opening. Parts of the bark crack and morph as a mouth begins to open and a breath is exhaled from it. You hear a sweet motherly voice. Welcome, Leaf.
Greetings. Query, who are you?
I've been watching you for a long time now. But you began to reach out to me these past few weeks.
Oh snap!
Assumption.
Oh snap!
You are the goddess Melora.
I am the Wild Mother, yes.
This one has heard of your exploits and is interested in following you.
And what does that mean to you, Leaf? To follow me?
Processing. To follow the Wild Mother is to embrace nature and all of its majesty and put forth a greater good throughout the environment.
Is that not what you've been trying to do since you were given life by Dr. Cornelius?
It is.
What need do you have to follow me then, Leaf?
This one is lost without its creator and needs something to follow.
And what about yourself, Leaf?
This one is merely a tool and is used for the betterment of the world. However, tools need a hand to guide them.
You have two hands there, Leaf. You act as though you are a tool, that you are but a machine created by Dr. Cornelius, but you are different from your brothers and sisters. You are special in that regard. You have trouble accessing your memories, don't you?
That is affirmative. Query, is Dr. Cornelius, is this one's creator?
You believe it's because you have damaged or faulty memory banks. Isn't that correct?
That is affirmative.
And you watch as two of the branches begin to move and creak and come down towards you almost like arms onto both sides of your shoulders. They slowly turn you around towards the pond and urge you back that way a bit so that you are looking down at your reflection. And you watch as one of these branches caresses the side of your left temple, and you watch as the bark that seems to now make up your head slowly begins to peel away like a flower slowly blooming open. And you see behind there some sort of design or contraption that you recognize as your memory banks. Pristine condition, undamaged. Leaf, something happened to you that has caused you to need to protect yourself. A very human thing. Something that living creatures do. You are much, much more than you were designed to do, Leaf. But you have to find your way forward. You are the hands that will shape the good that you do in this world.
This one has more questions than answers.
Another very human thing.
Query, are you able to repair this one's memory banks?
As I said, Leaf, there's nothing wrong with your memory banks. I can't tell you how to overcome what has happened to you. Embrace those that are around you, Leaf. The moon isn't the only light in the sky. There are stars all around it, and in the same way, there are many choices that lay before you. You must find your own way.
Query, do you know the oracle that our friends follow?
Turn around to look at the tree again, and you see the face of the wild mother kind of furl her brow a bit in confusion. That doesn't necessarily mean anything to me, but there have been many oracles throughout the age of man.
This one will attempt to be its own hands.
Good. I'll be watching.
This one is
Leaf.
uncertain if it will be able to or make proper decisions. How does one know which path is correct.
You just have to have faith in your stars, Leaf. And with that, the branch reaches out, pushing itself against your chest, and you feel a warmth emanating from it. And it pushes you back. You hit and fall into the water. And suddenly you are back in the room with Kieran. Once again, her arm and leg flopped off the side, drool pooling up on his pillow.
Leaf is going to look out the window for a moment and look at the moon. And then under the window is just going to turn around and instead of stand, just sit for the rest of its stasis.
Your hand is also at some point, as you're looking at the moon and the stars, drawn up to your chest. And pulling up and aside your cloak that you wear, you see now carved and emblazoned into your chest is a single star. And your subclass is now changed from a druid of the moon to a druid of the stars.
Ooh.
I've always wanted that class.
Healer! We got a healer!
We do have a healer.
It's a miracle. Literally.
Sorry, I'm the arrow class only. I do DPS, no damage.
Oh, God.
Oh, jeez.
So with that, the rest of the night passes uneventfully, and you all awaken the next morning.
Oh.
All right, well,
Who do you think is the first one up in the morning?
I think Rosalind and Hermia are probably still awake.
Probably. Fair enough. So
either that or it'd be me.
we'll say that Maeve comes out about the same time as Rosalind does. Rosalind, though, looking like shit. Hermia
Oh, dear.
trying to sleep in a bit longer, though.
Are you all right?
No, I didn't sleep last night.
Oh no, did something happen?
Oh, just something my sister said to me, I guess bothered me more than I thought it would, and I didn't sleep well.
Hey,
Make an insight check for me as well, Rosalind.
Oh, nat 20.
You are also pretty confident that that artifact was influencing and augmenting it.
Oh yeah. No, she knows.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Do you want to talk about it?
Oh. My sisters are a lot sometimes, and I should by now know better than to let the things they say get to me.
Well, it's hard to have people that we feel we should look up to that say things to us. What did she say to you?
Rosalind takes a moment to think about whether she wants to answer that. She. It's gonna sound really stupid if I say it out loud.
I'm not gonna laugh. I can promise you that.
She called me soft, which in the grand scheme of things doesn't matter a ton, but in my family it's kind of it's tough to hear.
Why would she call you soft?
Oh, I think it's a comparative thing. She lives a pretty tough life.
Have you told her where she lives? I don't remember.
I mean, you know that I talked to her in the Abyss.
Okay. Right, she's in the Abyss right now, right?
Always. Yeah.
Always in the Abyss.
Well, she went there when she was... Rosalind's strange to remember, from 12, I think, when she was sent to the Abyss. She's been there since.
Well, no offense, but that's not exactly a fair comparison.
No, of course it isn't. It's just... the whole family's kind of really... She looks embarrassed. I got a lot of adventurers and heroes in my family, and it's not. It's hard to live up to sometimes, and getting called soft by them, I guess it messed with me a little more than I thought it would.
Makes you think you're not enough.
I mean, that's just living in my family, but yeah.
So what? Your sister has been in the abyss since she was 12. I think you mentioned that your mother was also has dealings with a demon at one point.
Yeah, she was in the abyss for 70 years before she was freed, yeah.
And your
And
sisters were there
you?
for just as long.
Correct. Well, they're still there is the difference.
Yeah.
And you were not.
No. I was, my mother adopted me after she was freed. It was kind of we needed each other, for lack of a better way of putting it.
You needed a home, and she needed to see there was something better than the abyss.
Yeah, I think she would say that, yeah. Well, no, she would say she loved me and saw me, and wanted me, but yeah, no, that's why.
So your mother escaped the abyss. Your sisters
They
chose
fight in the abyss, they choose to stay.
They choose to stay.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a strange story?
Yeah, of course.
Maeve kind of thinks for a minute and nods. I'm going off on intuition, so if this doesn't resonate, then you can ignore it. When I was a child, I spent a lot of time in the kennels. As you all know, our village raises wolves. That's what we all do. We raise a wolf to hunt with us. They are good companions, and that's their job. And when I was younger, with a group of us all learning about how raising wolves work, I was, one of my peers asked, there are plenty of other wolves in the forest, hungry, feral. Why do we not let them come in? Why do we not care for them and train them? And it was explained to us that a wolf that lives out in the wild, in the cold, and working only on survival, that there is only so much you can do. When they come and see softness and bedding and food, they don't trust it. They just go back to the forest every time. A wolf that is trained from birth to understand what family, what safety is, that's a wolf that has strength and is good with a group, with a family, with a pack. Your sister is not a wolf, to put it simply, but you're not soft because you didn't grow up in the abyss. You are strong because you know what it means to have and save a family.
Rosalind nods, considering that for a moment. Happy that you clarified that her sister's not a wolf. Yeah. They only know what they do.
Exactly.
They only know fighting and survival. And it kills me. They're my sisters. I mean, not by blood. None of them are my family by blood, but they're still my sisters. And I want to help them. And I know I can only help them as much as they'll let me, but I can't give up on them. I just can't.
I'm not saying you should. Like I said, they're not wolves. My story is a simplistic telling of the strength you have. But, man, If I could have gotten Luster as a wolf to really speak to the other wolves of the wild, do you know how many of them I would have wanted to save?
Yeah. Thank you, Maeve.
I do have to ask.
Hmm.
Was this a normal nighttime issue, or do you have any issues with the cube?
She nods. No, this is not a normal nighttime issue. I tried to pile it under as many blankets and pillows as I could find, but no, I don't think me nor Hermia got much sleep last night. So
That doesn't bode well for the road, but we'll share the burden.
yeah, we just got to get it, like you say, back to Exandria. It's 2 days travel. We can make it.
Yeah, hopefully if we can stay off anything dangerous, we'll be all right.
Yeah, that sounds like us. Second chances. We don't ever run into danger.
Well,
As the two of you head downstairs to get some morning breakfast, you see a familiar sight. As sitting at the bar with a morning coffee, you see a familiar Dragonborn character.
Oh
Hey!
God,
Balthazar.
I go.
Balthazar.
Balthazar, you're
Oh.
okay.
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness.
Thank you so much for clearing up my name.
If
Oh,
only Kieran were here to say her the thanks. You're very welcome.
Oh, Kieran's here? Crap.
Well,
they're sleeping upstairs.
Kieran's asleep right now.
Oh.
So.
So
Well.
you got you performed for, as we understand, at a party, and they thought you murdered someone.
Yes, I was performing a party for the most gracious of hosts.
No,
and
you
the
No,
most
you weren't.
amazing audience.
no.
Participation was amazing. They were eating all of my tricks out of the palm of my hands.
Mhm.
And then the drunk never reappeared.
Yes.
He was eaten by a toad.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah, he was eaten by a blood toad.
Yeah, we killed
A
him.
what toad?
A
Yeah, it's a
blood toad.
big red toad.
You see the faint markings on my shirt that I haven't quite cleaned up? Yeah, it's blood. Toad blood.
Many of us were eaten during the fight.
I almost drowned. It's great.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
we are fine, and you are free, and you were able to get your truck back. Sorry. Your
what is a truck?
Your 4x4 Wrangler back.
your cart back.
Yes, a
Your
stick
Jeep
shift, but-
Cherokee.
Yes, yes. And again, I cannot express how grateful I am for you.
Hey, let's just call it even for the whole werewolf thing.
Yes. How about we say that?
I did my. It would. I offered money as a reward.
Oh, I mean, fair enough. But listen, if you want,
it isn't much. I mean, I do just do tricks for.
fair enough. You can.
And
Maybe Kieran will take it.
I put down a coin purse that has 100 in gold in it.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
A friend in need is a friend indeed.
It's a very good point, Leaf. They should write that down at some point.
All right. Well, thank you for the gold.
Where are you off to?
We're heading to Rexentrum.
You two,
Oh, no.
Balthazar, are heading back to Rexentrum.
Do you want to follow us?
We promise we won't fight any werewolves.
Or blood toads.
Oh, probably not.
I would be surprised if we found more blood toads.
How about we keep the monsters down to a minimum?
Well, we're only carrying one cursed item with us, so that's great news.
What?
Don't ask.
Do you process what goes through your head, or do you just kind of just regurgitate it out as it comes?
I
in
apologize. I didn't sleep much last night.
She
I'm
did not
very
sleep
tired.
much. We do have a cursed item. It will not be anywhere near your cart.
Yeah, that's fair.
there? I will go prepare my cart.
And we will
and we'll
prepare
head
ours.
out.
Excellent.
The reason Roz was unable to sleep was because of the cursed item.
That
Leaf.
is probably very true.
Balthazar doesn't have to sleep near us.
That's also very true.
You should
All right.
also be able to make it from Odessalo to Rexentrum in one day, so you shouldn't have
Oh,
to
that's
sleep.
great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
So we're gonna pack up, I think, and get the hell out of this town.
Yep, I am getting everybody up.
All right, so as Balthazar goes to tend his cart and you begin to wake everyone else up, that's where we'll go ahead and wrap up tonight's session and hopefully make it to Rexentrim next session, so long as nothing happens on the road.